Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to our channel, Why Not Now? My name is Steven and this is my beautiful wife, Lisa Marie. We owe you guys a story time and today you're going to get it.
So for those of you who thought we were robbed in Aguascalientes, that's wrong. But you guys know, as we mentioned in our Aguascalientes video, you guys know we went there for a couple of days and we did mention that we had an issue that came up that we were dealing with at the time, and we would give it to you in a separate video. That way it didn't mix in with our Aguascalientes fun that we want to show you. Be sure to check that video out, guys. It is truly a gem of a city, honestly. I mean, to us, it was equally, or it could be even considered better by some than the beautiful city of Santiago de Queretaro. So Queretaro, Mexico, where you guys know we've been living for over a year now. We have our temporary residency here in Mexico. You guys know we bring you a wealth of information on our channel, such as cost of living. We check out our cost of living 2021 video, guys. And apartment tour to be released soon, guys. You're going to see exactly where we live. So, guys, Aguascalientes, when we arrived, and for those of you who think, well, maybe this doesn't pertain to me because I don't have dogs. Well, don't think that, guys, because garrapatas, ticks, they don't discriminate, guys. And we had a situation. We arrived at our Airbnb. It was we're not going to, now just ahead of time, guys, I'm going to say this up front. I'm not going to plaster this Airbnb because, as my husband and I, we discussed after the situation and after we had kind of settled into our next hotel, we couldn't 110% feel that it came from the hotel and not a park, which is the reason why. And they were very kind to us. We explained the situation, so we were able to get refunded for that situation. But we arrived in Centro of Aguascalientes, not Centro Histórico, but Centro, to rent an Airbnb. Lovely Airbnb, very walkable area. We got there, I want to say maybe about almost 5 p.m. in the evening, close to 5 p.m. We brought our pooches in. Of course, we settled them in, took care of them as a good pet parent should, and fed them. You know, took them out to a local, I'll call it a park. It was like a small area where there were just some trees and there was an exterior like play area, but it wasn't all together for children. But there was an area that was just kind of where short walking path, couple of trees, and that was it, right next to a church. And as we went into this park, I recall my husband, he's very observant, he pays attention, and that's one of his gifts. That's why I love him to death, because sometimes I can be oblivious to things like this, and he pays attention. So, you know, you can say what you saw, explain what you saw when we went to that park, because I completely ignored it. You know, we just kept walking. It was nighttime. It was dark at that point.
It was starting to become, how you would say it, dusk. And I had noticed there was a sign over in the grass, and I couldn't fully articulate what it was, you know, but I told her, like, hey, it's a sign over here. I don't know what that means. And
guys,
we were actually we were actually kind of rushing because we were there with some other individuals, and they were ready to go eat as always. But I had seen a sign, and I was telling her, like, hey, it's a sign over here. I don't know what it means. So long story short, we just kept going, minding our business. We had gone back to the Airbnb, admiring the city because it's a beautiful city. We were admiring the atmosphere, the people playing, the street food. They had everything already going out there, guys. It was beautiful over there.
The cleanliness of it, everything.
Yeah, it was beautiful over there. So we arrived at the Airbnb. We had gone home. We had got the dogs settled, fed them and everything, and then we headed out for the night. Okay. We had gone out for the night. I don't know if you want me to keep going or not.
Yeah, at that point, we were starving because we hadn't eaten all day.
Yeah.
I mean, it took us about 3.5 hours from Querétaro to drive to Aguascalientes. So we made sure that these little guys that are running around now, I think they feel that we're on camera, and they're actually acting up even more than usual, honestly, guys. So we made sure that they were good. They went to the bathroom and everything. And guys, it's going to be a blooper, guys. Come here.
But yeah, we had got them squared away. And we had taken them to the bathroom and everything.
And then we decided it was our time to go and out and eat at that point. So we put them in for the night, and we went, you know, walking locally to get something to eat. Well, when we got back home, I want to say it was about a little before 10 p.m. And my husband noticed it first because the place that we were staying in was fairly big, and we were actually plugging in our laptops because we were gonna get some work done, and then he looked at the ground, and I heard him saying, "What is this?" And he knows that guys, I hate bugs. I hate I don't like insects in general. They skeeve me out for the most part. If you're not like a ladybug, a firefly, or a butterfly, stay away from me. Yeah. But he saw the bugs on the ground crawling, a couple at that time.
Yeah,
right?
I had seen a couple. I actually had seen some fall out of the corner of my eye, and I was looking like, what was that? And then I went to go plug in our laptops to do some work, to do some editing and get things going, and also do some research for the area so we can film videos. But you guys that know it's hard work out there trying to film these videos. We try to research.
It's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
We make it look easy.
But so we were about to start doing that, and then I noticed and I seen like 2 or 3 bugs, and I'm like, what is that? Is that a...
And you actually he took a tissue and he was trying to kill them, but then you couldn't squash them.
No,
right?
I couldn't. So I couldn't confirm exactly what it was, but me being a country boy, I'm kind of familiar with it a little bit. So that looks like there could be a tick. And I'm like, why would a tick be in here? Like, what's going on with this? So I was looking around, and then I went over there to the sofa, and they were crawling all in the sofa. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what's going on over here?
So I really didn't know the difference between what a bed bug, a tick, a flea. I mean, you think you know, but then when you're just not sure, because you're like of course we're Dr. Google, everybody. Dr. Google is overly saturated. Oh my God, it will tell you anything. So of course I'm looking at Dr. Google and I'm like, is it a bed bug? Oh my God, well it has to be a bed bug because it's in the cushions of the sofa, and there's so many of them. Tick was the last thing on my mind, guys. Yeah. Because to me, growing up, I've only had one experience with a tick with my cousin when I was a little kid, and I was a child then, and I remember it was just one tick, and they had to get it out. It got stuck in her scalp because we were in a foresty area. But I never thought tick. That was the last thing on my mind. So at that point,
we just started looking around, and we started taking our equipment we had. We started taking our clothing, our
backpacks,
everything. Started shaking them out,
checking everything,
moving them over to one side, and trying to like isolate the area. I was looking at the wall. There was a brick wall in there, and it's like I'm looking at that, observing that, seeing if anything was over there. Just constantly looking around. Went to the bed, checking all these areas with lights and everything.
But so they can get the actual picture of how many in that small space. We were only there at that point a couple of hours, not even, right? We took the dogs in. They went to the park to use the bathroom. We went back out to get dinner. We came back 2 hours later. And how many did you see just by looking a few minutes? Honestly, like off the top of your head.
Top of my head, it probably could have been, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 of them.
In just one little area. Like, this was really weird to us.
And they were all in the couch and just everywhere I looked, they were somewhere. It's like shook out your shirt, or they were there. And so I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I didn't really start checking the dogs. I had briefly checked them real quick to see if anything was if they had anything on them.
We didn't see anything.
We didn't really see anything at that point in time. So fast forwarded.
Well, of course, guys, as you know, I'm not going to get into all the details. The host was very nice. I immediately called them up and I let them know, you need to come here. It's 10 o'clock at night, but you're going to get your keys back, because at that point, we were kind of screwed, because I didn't want to go back into another Airbnb at 10 o'clock at night trying to find something, because I take time to do my research when I pick a place to stay. And the only other pet-friendly hotel,
just one, was
the Holiday Inn. It was about a 22 to 25 minute drive away from Centro, which in Aguascalientes, where we were staying. We wanted to be in that location so we can get filming those couple of days that we were there, so we can get around and get into the areas. But obviously now everything got flipped upside down. And welcome to the life of when you do some traveling, right? Mexico travel, right? This is what happens, right? Just travel in general, travel vlogs. So we had to go ahead last minute, get out there to a new hotel. Now the price went up double, because last minute we had to get a hotel, and then of course they have pet fees and all this other nonsense, which the Airbnb didn't charge us anything extra. The host was very kind. They came over there with a flashlight. Actually, my husband might have some clips of the videos when he saw the little critters that he can insert.
I was trying to insert that, yeah.
And we showed them. We're like, look, guys. And in my mind at that point, I was like, oh, I'm like, it's got to be bed bugs or whatever. Maybe it's bed bugs. Because obviously, you know, when you have a lot of it, now I'm going to say this, guys, it doesn't mean the place is dirty or the host is, you can't say that. Things happen. People are traveling, things get in bags, you know, people stay there. It can get on, you know, different things can happen. Life happens, right? You just got to deal with it. They were very kind. I explained the situation. I got the whole refund process the next day and whatnot. We got to our hotel, which, like I said, was almost 25 minutes out in the middle of nowhere. When I say nowhere, I'm talking about the only place that was a Carl's Jr. on the corner. And guys, if you want to feed 2 people, guess how much it cost for Carl? It was like $22 for Carl. I felt like I was in the airport.
Yeah, it was pricey, and it was out there going towards the airport area. Yeah, so it was more of a business hotel. A lot of business class people would come there.
Beautiful, so, nice, comfy hotel. But we got there. Now, mind you, we shook everything out. We checked everything about 10 times. But in the back of my mind, I kept telling my husband, I said, I'm overly. Sometimes I'm too much. And I said, no, I already know we're going to have to do this again when we get to the hotels, drop everything at the door, check it again and again and again. So we got to the hotel, and sure enough, before you check the dogs, we went ahead and shook everything out. Did you see anything at that point?
At that point, no.
We shook our 2 backpacks out. We checked everything thoroughly. When I say thoroughly, nothing, right? Okay. Had all the lights on. Then you go, because at that point, we finally got to lay down. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. We were exhausted. We were burnt out.
Then I started seeing them. I started seeing the same thing crawling on the bed.
And what did you notice? So this is how we learned about ticks. Were they going jumping fast? Moving?
No, just slow crawling. Slow crawling. They were on the bed, and the blankets were white, which helped out tremendously. And they were bright red, orange, brownish like color. And I was starting seeing a lot of those. So I was up all morning. I was up. I didn't go to sleep.
Nope.
And I was up, and I just kept seeing our dog Miko start biting his paws and stuff like that. So I said, let me take this dog in the bathroom and check him.
Come here, Miko.
And so I had taken him in the bathroom.
I want to show you guys where he checked while he's talking. Go ahead, babe.
I had taken him in the bathroom and put him in the sink. And when I had gone into the sink and I opened up in between his toes,
he's not like
kid you not, I saw like 3 to 5 ticks in each toe, in between the crevice, in each crevice of his toe, on both of his front paws and the back. So I'm going out just picking them out,
You told me how many you picked out that night, and one per dog. Honestly,
yeah, I can't think of the number right now on top of my head, but it was like, man, 50, like 40, 50 something ticks, and I'm just picking them out, throwing them in the toilet, flushing them in the toilet. And then I started checking their ears. I started going up under the armpits of the dogs. You know, like dogs have armpits, you know. So checking it out, pulling them out. And still, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I sit around and I probably doze off for 2 or 3 minutes, and I look up, and I was trying to keep them isolated, not to sleep all up close to us.
Good luck with that, because they're our bed dog. They sleep with us everywhere. So finally, I collapsed, right? He was taking care of everything. I collapsed like 2, 3 in the morning. But I was kind of like that jittery sleep where I kept like popping up and, just uncomfortable. And I was stressed out about the whole situation. I'm like, here we are. We spent money on this hotel. We got to get this content going. It's very stressful. I'm worried about my dogs. I'm worried about us because they're ticks.
But
it was an infestation.
It was. It was a lot of them. And but all through the night, I didn't get any sleep, and I stayed taking care of the ticks, and we had
the next morning. We went ahead and we kept checking them, and I even found, so guys, check your pets, check yourselves, but on the pets, we saw in our dogs, like my husband said, in between the crevices, right, in the pads, deep into the paw pads, under the pits, in between, like where the private areas are, like where the crevice of the legs meet the private area. The ears, like the leather of the ear, they like to bury into there. They go behind here. They even went into their face, like in their mustache, next to their eyes, everywhere, guys. Where there's we were literally picking them off. So under the tail, even if you flip your dog's tail up, they hide there. I actually pulled one out from there.
So we didn't really know 100%. Did they come from the park? Did they come from the Airbnb? It really didn't make any sense because they weren't in the grass that long. So it had to be that they jumped into this nest.
These are our two theories.
Yeah,
One,
it either had to jump into this nest, or previously someone was there at the Airbnb with a dog, and the same thing could have happened, or something. It was an infestation, because even the guy that came and was checking everything, he was looking in the same spots I was looking, in the bricks, because that's where ticks can go in the bricks. They go in cold, damp. They love that type of environment. Like I said, me being a country boy, I was kind of familiar with it, but it was just, I've never seen it to this case. This was extreme. But yeah, we had got to the hotel, and we loved the hotel. And my wife was saying we had tried to remedy the whole situation, but then
we went to Walmart.
We went going to Walmart
late at night. We actually late that night we decided let's this is obviously not going anywhere. Like we're gonna have to figure this out right now, because by the time we get home, we were only there for like what, 2 days?
Yeah,
if that, right? 2 days. We're gonna have to take care of this. So we went to Walmart. It was probably like 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 that next day,
the
right?
next day, yeah.
And I'm just gonna show you guys. This is not a paid promotion, because if we were doing a paid promotion, we'd have to put that in the beginning of the video. This is obviously not that. I'm just showing you what I used to try to help people. If you're in Mexico, I went to the Walmart. I was able to find this brand called PPT, and it's a bar soap. And the actual body soap, it was like in a container. That one actually cost more. So this one was only about 20 something pesos for the bar soap. And it has a smell to it.
Has a little smell to it.
We shampooed them. We were checking them, and the ones that we were seeing at that point were either in the process of dying or pretty much dead. But we knew at this point that it didn't matter if we didn't see them. That of course, they can breed so fast, so you got to be on it. Yeah. So we were shampooing them with this. They also had a spray, which to me, it gave me a headache, I'll be honest with you. They had a spray, PPT spray, which I don't have the bottle because we used it. And I literally went to the hotel and I sprayed the heck out of the carpet, our clothes, our backpacks, everything. Kept checking the dogs. We took all of our clothes and put them in airtight bags. We were just on it, checking ourselves. And I'm trying to think of what else. So they also, another good thing about it is, guys, we mentioned this before in our other videos. We keep our dogs on flea and tick prevention. So we've been using this brand Simparica. Again, not paid promotion, but it's what we've been using that we haven't had any issues with our dogs. But we've been using Simparica, and that you can get here in Mexico. We've been using it since the U.S. actually.
Yeah.
They were already on that, but we realized though, even though they take that tablet once every month for prevention, meaning the ticks or fleas or whatever can get on you, eventually they're going to die because they're on the medication. But that doesn't mean they're still not going to be a pest as they first arrive on the vessel, right? The dogs are the vessel. They like that warm body. So we did everything we could. And I kid you not, guys, we weren't playing around. Within 2 days, before we even got home, we got rid of the problem. We sprayed down everything, like anything you could think of was sprayed down. And even when we got back to our casita, to our apartment here, we left everything on the outside, shook everything out again, sprayed everything down again. We didn't want to transport anything back with us. Yeah. And it's been now, I don't know how long since we've been back, about 2 weeks?
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
We're good. No issues. Never haven't seen once, after those 2 days, we haven't seen anything.
Not a thing.
But we had to lose a lot of sleep and be diligent, and we still brought you guys content in Aguascalientes, and you didn't even know all the hell we were going through, right? We made it look nice. But just wanted to tell you guys this because my husband was reading up some information about Mexico and the dog tick.
Brown tick, the brown dog tick or something like they call it. They say they have a big problem with it down here in certain regions. And I was trying to figure out why is Aguascalientes dealing with it, but I guess they're migrating up this way or whatever. So there's a big problem with garrapatas. How you say garrapatas? So you have to make sure you bring pets down to Mexico, guys. Make sure that you have them on prevention. Keep them on top of it. Because that was the vet had mentioned to us as well. He said it's a good thing you guys had that for your dogs. Yeah,
and I think I completely forgot to mention it. But when I was saying my husband's very observant early on in the video, he saw the sign. in the park. And he said, oh, there's a sign that says warning something, but he didn't understand it. And this is why it's important to know the language, guys. Now we know how to say garrapatas. We know how to say ticks. We know, we see it, we know what it is.
Exactly.
But before, we didn't know the word for tick. And this is why experiences are so important. You know, that out of something bad comes something good, because something bad happened to us. We're good now, thank God. But we're sharing with you in hopes that if you go to an Airbnb, maybe it was an Airbnb, maybe it had an infestation. But I don't want to put the blame on somebody if I don't know 110%, right? So it looked like that's what it was. Again, you never know. Check if you go to a hotel, Airbnb, check everything before you start putting your things down, guys. If you go into a park and you see a warning sign, read it and don't be like me and ignore it and see what it says, because it could have been saying a warning, ticks are known to be in this area, or tick infestation. It could have been. We'll never know. Unless somebody's in Aguascalientes, you know the church I'm talking about in Centro, not Centro Histórico. There's a church and there's a park, a small park there. If you guys know what we're talking about, to our Mexican friends, you guys know, I mean, the internet is very watered down. That's why I say this on camera, because people who live in Mexico who've had this experience, they can comment below and they can say, you know what, guys, yes, we used to have a big problem with ticks down here. Or yes, guys, in that region, you have to be careful in the parks. They'll put warning signs up, because we don't know, you know, we didn't know, but we're sharing this experience with you guys in hopes that it can prevent. I also wanted to say that I didn't bring this on the trip with us, and obviously it wouldn't have helped in this situation because they were already on prevention. But I also like to, in addition to giving that tablet, I spray my dogs, again, not a paid promotion, with cedar side. It's a natural, it smells like the cedar tree. I bought it in the States. I brought a couple of bottles with me just to have, and it smells just like a cedar tree. It's safe for us too. You can spray it on your, you know, around your house or whatever. And it's supposed to deter like all insects, really. Yeah. So we do put that on them as well. You know, we try to take multiple precautions, because they are very much a home dog. They're small dogs, and they're always with us on the couch and the bed and everything like that. So
yeah, but yeah, we, like I said, we don't know if it was the Airbnb or was the park.
It was one of the two.
It was one of the two,
for sure.
And we called the people up that was over the Airbnb. We talked it out to everybody. We didn't blame them. They didn't blame us.
No, they were very kind.
We were trying to help each other in the whole situation. Like, hey, let's try to fix it. Let's not, you know, we were all about trying to help the whole situation out. We weren't trying to say, oh, it's your fault. Is that no? It was none of that going on. Yep. I
just was polite because, you know, the proof was there. I mean, it was there. I mean,
yeah,
we had only been there for a couple of hours.
And the thing that got us, they were coming out of the couches, and then on the other side of the couch. So it's like, I don't know. We don't really know. But yeah, that was what was going on in Aguascalientes, Mexico. But from what we've seen in Aguascalientes, it was a beautiful city. Nice, clean city, safe city. We were walking around there, guys. It was amazing over there. I would recommend you guys checking out Aguascalientes. Also, check out Queretaro, Mexico. This is a beautiful city as well, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, for you guys who, hold on, Pesci. For you guys who have watched the downside of living in Queretaro, you already, to our faithful followers, to people who have, you know, they don't have blinders on when they look at things, and they can look at things with an open mind. Thank you. But if you guys didn't already know, you know, we made that video because if you were asked, we showed you the comment, and we said, again, those are not reasons why we would ever leave Querétaro or any city for that matter. This is just because we were asked to do this, and it was actually hard to find negative things. But guys, I don't know why people get offended about everything. Everything. And, you know, people were just kind of like getting upset and offended about things. And it's like, you're wrong. And I'm like, we're wrong about our opinion? We're wrong about our own opinion. Let me think about that. That doesn't make any... So are you wrong when you have an opinion? If you don't like certain things, are you wrong?
And also, one guy contradicted himself. You can find a size 13 shoe from a company named Flexi. Nothing wrong with Flexi.
Nothing wrong.
I have no problem with all black, but you have to order it. And I said...
The point was, we can't walk into a store and easily find many options of this size shoe. So people, please stop hearing what you want to hear. Yes. For those of you, for the 1-2% who do that, and hear what we're saying. Yeah. Please. Oh my God, please hear what we are saying. Okay, not what you want to hear, or don't change it. And, you know, just listen.
And I just gotta And I just have to say this. Someone said, the food. Guys, you heard us say you
Clearly,
can find food over here.
We've had some good economical
small little eats.
Yes.
But Queretaro, Mexico isn't known for this food hub.
Yes, being a food hub, being an international cuisine, and our personal experience was...
That's all we were saying.
It has... The places we've gone, it hasn't been so incredible for the price and, for sabor, for flavor. Our opinion.
Yeah.
And your opinion may be different, and that's okay.
Yep.
Listen.
But
please.
yeah, we made the video for you guys, and if you guys know it, you've been following us. We are very truthful. We are honest. We're going to speak our opinion about things.
We're not gonna people please.
We're not going to be disrespectful. Just like if you guys comment, don't be disrespectful. Tell us how you feel, and we can agree on that. And it's
or we may not agree, but it's okay because sometimes you may give us a different perspective, and it could make us think, or vice versa. It's all about the delivery, guys.
Yeah.
If you come and attack people, obviously that's not right. If you're rude, that doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't like it. So think about that.
We've been living here over a year, guys, in Queretaro, Mexico. You guys that are new, that are not, haven't been followers. We have been living out here, so we are very knowledgeable about this city. We are knowledgeable about the neighborhoods, knowledgeable about how much apartments cost, how much this costs, and we are knowledgeable about these things, guys, and we just provide that knowledge to you the same way we would have liked if we were living in the United States, trying to find someone who were giving us that information about Mexico, guys.
And as we learn every day, and as we learn, we will always tell you guys, as we learn, you learn. We're here to do what? Inspire you, motivate you, educate you. As we learn, we pass it on. As we make mistakes, we pass it on. We're trying to help you guys out.
Exactly.
We're trying to change the game. I always say this. We are here to change the game on YouTube. No more just party, fun. We show you a mixture of everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the touristy, the non-touristy, the regular, the rich, the poor, everything. That's what we're about, guys. And truthful information.
Yeah, that's the only way to put it. We're here to show you the real life
that's right.
of individuals who really live life in the States, and we come down here, we're living life down here. That's what we're trying to provide for you guys.
So, guys, be sure to check out. We have a plethora of information. We always tell you this. We've been doing some traveling. We have videos out there we have actually 2 videos on León, Guanajuato. Most recently, you guys, if you check out the video, you'll see there was actually a situation that I'm not going to get in detail. We know what it was, but we don't have to speak it on camera. I don't want to mess around with that. But we were in León. There was something that had happened a few weeks prior. There is some situations going on there. Read the comments. You'll figure it out. Putting 2 and 2 together. Is it still safe to go there? Is it still beautiful? Absolutely. Pay attention as you would in any country, anywhere in the world you travel. There's danger everywhere. Mexico is a beautiful place. The people here are beautiful. I'm not going to stop saying that. I don't care what anybody tells you. It's just called life, guys. Pay attention. People live everywhere and people ruin things, unfortunately. So check those out. Check out our temporary residency videos. We have cost of living videos 2020, cost of living 2021, and could also apply to 2022 because it was actually made at the very end of this year.
Yep.
We will be going to a new secret city, guys. It is coming. So I promise you, before New Year's, before Happy New Year, you will know where our new home base will be. We're going to make it our home base for hopefully at least 6 months, I want to say. God willing, nothing bad happens, but 6 months. And we're going to go ahead and explore that thoroughly and bring you some truth there. And you'll still have the resources from Queretaro, our neighborhood tours, all of our resourceful videos, our travel vlogs, all the things that we've done. So guys, please, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button so you can follow us on our journey and click the notification bell. That way you're notified any and every time we post new content.
And if you're finding this video helpful, you have found this video helpful, give it a like, guys, and share it. That's all we ask, to allow us to get out there in the masses for people to discover our content, guys. That'd be very helpful. That's the simplest way you can support us. And for those of you who have continued to contribute, I thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of our hearts. Absolutely. We appreciate you guys who are helping us with our camera goal. We're almost at the halfway point, guys. If you don't know what that's about, check the link below in the pinned comment or in the description. We have a Ko-fi link, and we have a description about us trying to get a new camera, and because this one has overheated and so on and so forth. So that will help us, guys. And I thank you to all the people who are actually regulars, who have been really the backbone of our support. And for you guys who've always given us words of encouragement and support, thank you. Yep. So we'll end it as we always do, guys. Live the life that you were meant to live. Keep a grateful heart even when it gets hard. And remember, why not now? All right, guys. Peace.